Hi everybody, I'm making this video just to give you an idea of what you want to do for our first project, which is the Notan Asymmetrical Collage. You're just going to cut out your circular forms. You don't want anything that's a rectangle, a triangle, pointed, or anything like that. They don't have to be perfect circles. You can see I cut these out here, and you know, they're kind of oval and a little bit more biomorphic, but if you want to use perfect circles, you could trace them with some sort of circular object or something like that, or you could work digitally too. So for this project, your background is going to be white. The circle shapes, which are the positive forms, are going to be in black construction paper or in ink if you're doing it as a drawing. So what I did was I started out making some sketches on my graph paper of what could be a design. You know, I would draw my center line, which is a vertical line. In this case, we're doing it vertically. And then I'm arranging those circular forms around the central line, so I have asymmetrical balance. Now, asymmetrical balance does not mean imbalance. It means you don't have exactly the same thing on either side of your center line, but you still have balance. So if you have imbalance, as I showed you in some of the examples in the lectures, you're actually going to feel like something is tipping or falling over. Now, another thing you want to think about is the visual weight in your design. You're going to have one large circular form, 3 medium size, and 1 small. The largest one is going to feel like it has more visual weight. So if you put that at the bottom, like I have here, it's going to feel like it's weighted towards the bottom. A lot of two-dimensional designs actually are weighted towards the bottom because that just feels more natural, but sometimes an artist will put more weight at the top of a design as well. So you can see, if you want to, you could make little pencil marks for where the axis points are. I didn't bother to do that. I'm just kind of doing it visually. What I recommend doing is to make your larger forms and your other forms not so large that you don't have enough negative space. So you can see I've started out with relatively small forms, and then I'm using the background and the negative space. And I wouldn't glue them down before you start. I haven't glued these down yet, and that way you can shift them around. You can see, hey, does this look better over here? In other words, I don't want to do something like this because then I feel like I have 2 separate groups. For this particular project, what they tell you to do in the Notan text is to have a feeling like this is a whole group and there's a flowing feeling. You don't want to have really strong vertical, horizontal, or diagonal lines. It's not very easy to do, although it seems like a really simple project. But even if you do have some lines, if things are kind of tilting a little bit, you say, oh, that looks like too much of a line between those two, so that you feel like your eyes are moving around between the forms. And then when you're happy with what you do, you just take your glue stick, and then you can start gluing it down. So you want to think about all of the space, not just the circles, but how it's interacting with the space. Maybe I'll put this down. I could put it down a little bit lower, and then I would have more space at the top. So, and then you're always thinking, as you rearrange everything changes a little bit, and you're going to keep looking at it and seeing what looks best to you. And when you're done, you're going to glue everything down, and that's pretty much it. So have fun with this one. This is one that you could keep doing over and over. You could do many different designs. Again, you want to have a feeling that everything is flowing together, and then what they tell you to do with all of the Notan designs when you're done is to pin them up on a wall and stand about 8 feet away and just look at them. In this case, they want you to look at this as if these forms are positive shapes, maybe pebbles with water flowing around them or something like that, and also look at them as if they are negative shapes, and the negative space is the positive, so it could be like a fence that had holes cut out in it or something like that. Okay, so have fun with this one.